Hello everybody, Grim here, and I figured I wanted to try something new. As a grammatic sentence I just said, because I'm a fucking idiot. But besides that, I wanted to try something. I was doing something for another channel I work on with a good friend of mine. I'm kind of a background puppeteer in the channel, but that's either here nor there. And I saw this. I was going to the channel to do some other channel-related thing, but I saw this, and I was like, oh, they're making another Conjuring thing? And it reminded me of a time when I used to watch both shitty, scary horror, quote-unquote, scary horror movies and their respective trailers on YouTube. There's actually a whole unlisted section of these fucking things, and it's great to just kind of go on YouTube and see what you can find. There's some really neat ones and some really good ones, and some of them are just garbage. So I figured we'd give them a look. I don't think this one is actually in the Conjuring saga, or whatever you want to call it, or universe, for lack of a better phrasing, but it was interesting, and I already watched it, but I'm going to give it another little reaction here for you, and I figured we could do just a few of these, because I highly doubt one trailer is going to make up one whole video, so without further ado, let's get getting, eh?
You'll be staying at the village's oldest and most secluded building.
Alright, I don't know why I didn't pause it there. I'm just kind of a fucking idiot, and this is the first time I'm doing this. Let's go back a bit. You know, the one thing that I actually liked about this trailer is how realistically creepy the doll thing looks. That thing looks fucking terrifying. Look at that creepy little bastard right there. I like that. With most modern trailers I've seen, like for The Conjuring or Paranormal Activity or just your general spooky horror movie nowadays, they tend to keep the scares rolled back because most of the time the movie is just comprised of jump scares, and there's usually one or two in the trailer, but generally they try to keep all the creepy horror stuff within the film. And they like to tease you. You know, they treat nowadays full-blown trailers like teasers, but this one's not pulling any punches. We've got this creepy little fucking thing 4 seconds into the video, not 4 minutes. And then we get this line just a bit later.
You'll be staying at the village's oldest and most secluded building.
Why? Why are they staying at the village's oldest and most secluded building? What the fuck? I guess you'd have to watch the movie to find out why, but that's the plot, or that's our setting. Unnamed village's oldest and most secluded building. Why? Because fuck you. You're in a horror movie. Look at that! Seriously, what the fuck? That's not something I don't think you would see in a trailer for a mainstream horror movie. Again, I think it says The Conjuring, the Witch's Doll. I think it's a weird hybrid of a... Let's go back a bit, because that's... No. Yeah, just look at that fucking thing. Dear Lord, but I think this movie is supposed to be like a hybrid cash-in of Annabelle's Doll and The Conjuring and some other horror movies. Because it's got a generic... It's half generic title, half literal name of a horror movie series, Conjuring the Witch's Doll. It's not part of the Conjuring franchise. It's just got the name in there. Like, oh, we're Conjuring the Witch's Doll. It's like, no, you're not. The fucking thing's right there. It's in the window looking at me. It's acting like I just shit on the carpet or something.
It's ready for a new chapter, a new purpose, a new family.
Chloe?
Yeah, because, you know, houses... I paused that late, but basically, you know, new chapter, new beginning. Houses apparently are autonomous beings in this world, so that's nice.
You answer.
We have the scene where the fucking kid is just, you know, I know I'm pausing it every second, but there's just it's a trailer, so there's a lot they condense it, so I guess feel it's necessary to pause a lot, but the kid's just doing its fucking homework across from this creepy little thing. Look at this. It's doing something. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's homework, but look at this fucking thing. Look at it! That's like the best thing about this movie so far is this doll. It's just staring at her like, eh, I know you farted on my pillow, eh.
You sure we're alone here?
This place is as safe as any you are likely to find.
Okay, generic screaming, running scene aside, the guy's lying. Basically, they were like, as you just saw, she's like, oh, are you sure we're okay here? And he's like, no, it's fucking fine. But if we go back to the beginning of the trailer, which I won't do, he said this was the most secluded and oldest building. So how can you say they're safe there when they're in a village, in a small village? I'm assuming. I can't really tell what the time period is from the clothing. It looks like a weird mix of different time periods. I think it's just going for pre-21st century. I think that's what they're shooting for. Maybe the actual movie will elaborate what the hell time period this is, but she looks like she belongs in the 80s, 90s. The girl looks like 1920s, 1930s. That guy looked like 1800s. It's just a weird amalgamash of costumes and shit. But it's just weird how they're like, no, everything's fine, even though we're putting you in the bumfuck nowhere part of our village, because of course we are.
You don't have any idea where she is, do you?
We're doing all we can.
Everyone else is giving up on her. If she's alive, then I am her last hope.
I guess the implication that I somehow don't think you could... I mean, you have to... I guess it's implied. They don't really state it, but I'm assuming... You know, you have they establish creepy-ass dolls up to shit, and they keep it around for some reason. Again, I'm assuming the movie will explain. Maybe in the movie they try to get rid of it and it keeps coming back, but... I guess the thing is the creepy doll took the kid somehow, or something happened to the kid, and everybody else is like, well, I don't fucking care. I'm assuming those two guys that were in the yard over there were detectives of some sort. Yeah, there they are. So, they move into house. There's a creepy doll, because of course there is. Kid goes missing, and now mom's on the case, apparently. We have our, and a haunted doll. Ooh. We'll get to that in a second, but we also have our generic characters being attacked in the trailer. That happens a lot in trailers. Like, they, for some reason, need one of the characters, whether that character dies or not, doesn't matter. They just need any fucking character to be assaulted, and it looks like the devil's coming to deep throat, not deep throat, but to, like, just molest this woman's neck for some reason. I don't know how you don't notice that.
A vengeful witch lives within these walls. She wants us to suffer as she has suffered. What if the witch has Chloe?
Okay, that was pretty cool, actually. Look at the thing. That's a pretty good scene right there.
Where is she?
So it seems like, unlike other horror movies I've seen, the mystical cursed object is way more autonomous. It's got like a Chucky thing going on, which is why I think that's why Chucky 7 is a related trailer, because I guess they both involve an autonomous doll up to shit, but it seems like the autonomous doll is a tool of whatever this vague witch is. And I don't know, this plot itself, honestly, I think this movie is just trying to capitalize on The Conjuring and Annabelle's Doll and other movies like that, because it's a very generic plot. Family, broken family, of course, because why not? We got to get some Babadook in there too, because sure, fucking throw everything in the kettle, why don't you? Broken family, because unexplainably broken family. We got a mom and a daughter, no other siblings, no father, because fuck you. You got to feel bad for him. They go into creepy house, generic creepy house, in this old house, secluded, specifically secluded in this one village. Shit's going down, girl goes away, and the evil witch wants to torture people, because what else are you going to do? What else are you going to do after, like, you know, decades upon decades, years upon years, centuries upon centuries, or more or less a century or so? I mean, I'm assuming when they mean, like, betortured witch, it could only maybe 1 or 2 centuries ago. Time doesn't fly that fast, which is comparatively speaking, we're not that new of a thing, or not that much of a sought-off thing, comparatively speaking, to the, you know, since the beginning of time. A century ago is like a day, comparatively speaking, when you're looking at the annals of time as a whole. So it wasn't that long ago in that aspect that witches were, you know, I don't know, hunted after or abused or whatever. So I guess for all this time she just sat here thinking, anybody who moves into my house in this village, I'm just going to fuck with them because I got nothing else going on. I'm dead. Why am I dead? Why am I still here? Fuck you, that's why.
How are you going to face the truth if you can't even look at me?
Ooh. Oh wait, this movie already came out. Nice. I didn't even notice.